They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my access. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through in the damn by King's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Backstage.
Yeah, nigga.
Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bought it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. Like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. A hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shorty and I show her. She could never get a priest hold. Get a dirt ass, rust that neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk out every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Oh, you a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commanding to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk out every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 we gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Jonathan Thunderball, 6 here. Right now we at the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I'm with my main man, Captain Bomb. And he was telling me about moral problems. Moral problems. And you know, we look at all the time. It's about how the earth makes it uncomfortable for men to be just open and masculine and straight. Why? Because so much alternative lifestyle being pushed out here, making us uncomfortable. Right. So that pause policy is just our way of standing our ground against the oppression that movement puts on us as being straight men with love women. In other words, they're trying to make us feel the same about like women, loving women, married women, just being a man, trying with them. So they try to make us feel that's what we need. We need that in the black community. Check it out. I'm the Mom, and I support the Cause Park. I definitely support it. This is Jonathan Thunderball. Yo, Isupk, I'm the commander general, y'all.
I'm Chap letting you know we support the pause policy. All that gay shit, no Diddy. You heard?
My name is Captain Ariel, coming to you live from North Carolina, and I support the pause policy.
I jumping on the line. I support the community. We're there about the name. Support the cause. Check us out. You know, the round table trill. We be watching heavy information about supporting the cause.
Pause policies in full effect. No thing, my niggas. You already know. You know what they say.
Pando kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Easy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jew-ish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he give them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And another blasphemy of them, but they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
I'm telling you, man. They really ain't gonna believe that I got a baby in my arms while I'm doing this. Little Zahar, man, won't be quiet, but check it out, yo. Yo. Playing spades, reminiscing on days before niggas started shooting, we would still catch fades. It's like the world's a lot scarier since cracked it. And the only thing that we became is rats in a maze. Cause all my brother cats in the hate. Pops and we hard-headed, stuck in our ways. So I've been praying to the most high that it's just a phase, yo. Hardly surprised and always amazed. Especially at what's been getting radio plays, yo. I wanna be the cataclysm, cataclysm, bomb atomically and take it back to lyricism. But you bitten anybody in the industry knows they ain't fucking with them. And anyone I'm signed, they wanna be outshined. So I guess it's just me, myself, and all these empty lines. I never knew that being nice would get you penalized. Once you blowing up, they wanna know your penis size. Hoes all staring, saying you got dreamy eyes. And if you ain't fake, they wanna see you demonized. If they be dropping gems, then this flow is El Dorado, a midnight marauder. young desperado with a bravado. That's a hard act to follow. Make your favorite rapper look like amateurs at the Apollo. Yo, and that's a hard pill to swallow. Me and my vato steady painting pictures like Picasso. Feds trying to clock us like Pablo and Gustavo. Go and tell, straight to the Gestapo. Hola muchacho, yo hablo español. El hombre blanco es el diablo. Now I'm going over heads like a poncho. Trying to stack chips with more cheese than some nachos. Why you acting macho? Your whole clique is gato. They ain't want beef, but I'll feel it like a taco. Yo, don't get it twisted like a Rasta. Don't be bringing none of that bullshit into mi casa. You ain't seen this much crack since the Contras. Belly of the beast, we all live inside a monster. That's why I be thanking God I'm alive. Tapping into different vibes, penning more than describe. Every verse an open letter sent to all the tribes. Lost in the ghetto, steady struggling to survive. Yo, the things I seen with a pair of eyes got me out here living in this like desensitized. Part of the reason that I'm hardly if ever surprised. I've heard the screams of brothers and seen mothers that cried. Seen a soul leave a body right before he died. 23 years old, gunned down before his prime. While your favorite rapper only talking dollar signs. But when our people in trouble, they quiet as a mime. Every day is the struggle, I speak it through these lines. That's how I know they can't relate, I speak their daily lives. I'm representing for my nation or the lost tribes. All my people that been locked up ain't see 25. Cause being born a minority was their first crime. They serve and protect, choking your neck, sever your spine. They murder one of us, no guilty verdict when they try. They wonder why they get no respect and we call them swine. Live in a time where you lose your life and become a vine. Friends turn to t-shirts, corners turn to shrines. And if our leader ain't a Pharisee, then he's a scribe. Cause he ain't coming out unless he thinks he can scrape a dime. Get his name in the paper, face in the lime. The world's black and white and you better pick a side. If I wasn't strong enough, then I would break inside. But I found the truth right before I lost my mind. Sorry, mama, I promised it wouldn't change me, but I would have went insane had I remained the same me. And I know you feel the same way if they slay me. So when I say the white man is the devil, don't blame me. I'm not here to make friends, kiss babies, shake hands for politics. Yo, what's affecting all the college kids? I mean, why did the students shoot up the colleges? Newborns found in shopping bags and garbages. All these problems that nobody acknowledges. Promise you one thing, you gonna acknowledge this. You know what I mean? Like that.
This video taken by the Isupk is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Today in court, their lawyers argued the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group's
Niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but it's coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I might have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life passing through your mind, now you're big. And I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they more want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sippin' that pool, wow, got your list up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on the nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Make it your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you clip it damn nuts, yeah, I know. Crazy what cool people will do for these hoes. But I ain't even pressed, I see why you going on. My nigga, you dead wrong, but to never get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than a motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get to walking on the club, she wanna moving with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, homie. Unleash it to the G. Who is he? That nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Cyan TC0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us, trying to shoot at us now later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the bow, blank, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Shaw, SAJR.
Shaw, man, you know what I'm saying? Realest nigga out here, man. Nigga turned up, feel me? Nigga turn the city up, fucking with his music. We out of color right
Where we at, though? Where we at?
Greenville, South Carolina, man.
Where we at?
Shout out Shaw, man. Turned up, man.
Damn right.
Fuck with him, man.
Give me that. Right.
Birds, you dig?
There go, brother.
These little bitches ain't nothing but whores. Thought that she like me, she just like my cologne. Yeah. These little bitches won't call you my lord. They ain't feeling it, so I ain't feeling them. Yeah, that front the corner for who? These bitches. What's your business? You're a grown woman eating pussy. What's your duty? Get your money, how you do it? That box temper. Give it back with no excuses. Nose ring like a bull, right my tips to the bullpen. Take your shoes off, cause you know I'm going there. My mind is stay sick, you can call it a nose. Happy off my chocolate sticking on the face, I'm enjoying.
Thought I was a piece of cake. Oh no. Thought I was gonna hit the brakes of my lifestyle.
Bitch, you should've accepted fate. Then came home. Do your thing, do your thing. Bitch, be gone, bitch, be gone. These little bitches, some internet gangsters. Y'all Microsoft. Pull up, boy, now you scared to talk, ain't you? Can't say nothing. That's why I just get away. You can't trap sharp, bitch. I'm UPK, ISUPK, yeah. Real believers leaving out, yeah, I'm gifted. Yeah, these bitches hating, niggas hate. That's why I'm pressing her. She a damn sea muscle. You can see how she baiting. She a damn sea creature. She so sophisticated. A titty's hard to swallow is reality. And bitch, your pussy 12 bodies like disciples be. I don't get no motherfucking fuck about you. And bitch, I'm black.
Thought I was a piece of cake. Oh no. Thought I was gonna hit the brakes of my lifestyle.
Bitch, you should've accepted fate. And came home. Do your thing, do your thing. Bitch, be gone, bitch, be gone.
Thought I was a piece of cake. Oh no. Thought I was gonna hit the brakes of my lifestyle.
Bitch, you should've accepted fate. And came home. Do your thing, do your thing. Bitch, be gone, bitch, be gone.
It's one of them motherfucking songs. Bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Fuck you too, bitch. Type songs, nigga. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
Hey, Fleetwood, put that shit up, nigga.
All you bitches keep starting shit, but can't keep a motherfucking man. Bitch, all you bitches cap and say you don't need a man. Leave him when he building, but you need a plan. It's a miss of women in demand too. I'm nothing like that drama you put your man through. I say I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. Submissive women in demand too. Ripping out the magnum, pussy ran through. That's why your baby daddy can't stand you. Keep some clothes on, leave them curious. That's why these niggas don't take you serious. What's your body count, ho? I bet you shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you told the truth, I bet he never. All that whole shit, it ain't respect. Get Get your shit together, yeah, perfect. Yeah. When them bills like you gon' be crying to them niggas. Tryna find you a nigga, spend time with a nigga. When you get some money outside on a nigga, fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his niggas. All you bitches cap and say you don't need a man. Leaving when he building, but you need a plan. It's a mix of women in demand too. I'm nothing like that drum you put your man through. I say I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. It's a mix of women in demand too. Y'all hoes need to get it together, get in line. Or it's back to the motherfucking apartments. Back to the apartments, bitch. Yeah.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. Day one static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kick in front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book a den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning. You niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot for a minute straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming. I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put. My aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long. A block away, I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, they got one up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster.
So special.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hissing. Been winning so much, they didn't think I put the fix in. Get the game to go my way, they gon' thinking that I rigged it. If I say it in my raps, I would do it or I lived it. What you say in your raps is entertainment, you just kidding. Hard times, I got tired of being broke, so I fixed it. This pole get the job done. Nigga, this is stick shit. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless. Reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped, that's why I walk with a signet. Build it from the ground up, did it all independent. Don't put your head in my business, to the wall I'm appended. They say I walk around like I'm perfect, bitch, I'm sinless, blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a pair on me, that'll leave your family tree for you. Can't catch you, then I get your man, make him lord you. The only comp is me, and I'm trying to be cordial. I feel like I'm royal, you interchange with the mind. I love a 10 with a sexy walk, but I'll take a switch with a 9. Gear up and go crazy when they tell me it's time. Empty the whole clip to the last shot like the game on the line. Speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless.
I like that. Nice trail off. There you go. Okay. All right. First priest, present thyself in that registry. Kananya Banyahawada Banyashala. Kananya Banyahawada Banyashala. Yahaba Sim Yashabra Thumb. Yahaba Sim Yashabra Thumb. All right, Shapar. Give me one of them. That's far right here. Just a little dust in that one. So to your right hand, face the front. Kalal, you and me become the Barak. You say the offering La Yashala.
La Yashala.
Shabbat. Go to scrolls. Like this. So you want this one, then I'll take that side. So right now he's about to uncover the scrolls.
Are they going to trade the chair back out along, or just
No, if you want to take that one for your spot, then.
What's going on with you? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So Selector, so I'm gonna send you the kind of a different
It's like updated format or something.
what kind of different scriptures that they want us to recap for today. You wanted a text or telegram?
It don't matter. Just
throw it on the text line. So now, even though we ain't got the all 7 readers, Kadunia's gonna be doing the bulk of it. I can jump in and alternate with them at any time, though. But we got a good rundown to go through.
All right.
And uncover the scrolls. So please. You want it? Now you can grab the scrolls.
Yeah, you got it.
Men of Israel, Amadim. Sisters, Amad. Amadyam, Salakim. Wapanyakwadam. So rise, turn face the east. And then Salakim, so you kick them off in the Hebrew.
All right. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadas. Hayah. Shamka.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Ba'araza.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Lathamanaw. Lakam.
Ka.
Yawam.
Wasalakna.
Kabawatnaw.
Kasalakna.
Kabawathinaw. Wala'ah. Tabiyanaw. Manasai 1. Abal. Havushaynaw. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wa'al. Wa'atapara. Na'awalami.
Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is a cut the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baba Kusha. Nathanaw. Haka. Narapa'ah. Kama Wakal Matawa. Haka. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Haka. Lahakwi. Amathi. Haka. I'll recall what? Atama. Nagar Shah. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water of month.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. Power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
This is prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanaw. Wayashala. Wayabiyah. Sapari. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water of month.
In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Yashala.
Bless us in Yashala.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a.
Asha'a.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Azari.
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 Ma'ai.
Ma'ai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al Yanawam.
Al Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al Yah.
Al Yah.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Ikaka.
Ikaka.
Mayara.
Mayara.
Malayala.
Malayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Ra.
Makal Ra.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Aftapashka.
Aftapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'atka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawaka.
Wawaka.
Ma'ita.
Ma'ita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
I will love.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yashala
he that keepeth Yashala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
I'm not coming in.
And not coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
All right, this is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Allahayim.
Adam Yalaka.
Adam Yalaka.
Al Thakarash.
Al Thakarash.
Wal Tashakwat.
Wal Tashakwat.
Al Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabika.
Awabika.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wamashud.
Yeah, they changed it up a little bit.
Wamastana.
Wamastana.
Yaka.
Yaka.
Sha'a.
Sha'a.
Wa Ra'ash.
Wa Ra'ash.
Al Amaka.
Al Amaka.
Ya'ara Yamwa.
Ya'ara Yamwa.
Wa. Sawada.
Sawada.
Waya.
Waya.
Ta'aitas or what?
Ta'aitas what?
Altas of Pawayaka.
Altas of Pawayaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala. Saki. Wala.
Wala.
Yasakar.
Yasakar.
Sham Yashal.
Sham Yashal.
Iwa.
Iwa.
Kaya Nawaitas or what?
Kaya Nawaitas or what?
Love Yakadwa.
Love Yakadwa.
Al Yakab.
Al Yakab.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yashamai Alam.
Wa Yashamai Alam. What was that last one?
It's Wa Yashamai Alayam.
Wa Yashamai Alayam.
Mawa Abba.
Mawa Abba.
Wa Hagarian.
Wa Hagarian.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa Aymawan.
Wa Aymawan.
Wa Amalat.
Wa Amalat.
Palashah.
Palashah.
I'm Yashabi.
I'm Yashabi.
Taz of War.
Taz of War.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Na lo Saki. Na. All right. Na Lawa.
Na Lawa.
I'm Saki. I'm Mom.
I'm Mom.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasiya.
Kasiya.
Sara'at.
Sara'at.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Batakal.
Batakal.
Koyashwan. Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadu.
Bayan,
the
Ira, Hayawa, Daman, La Adam, Shayatamu, Nada Yabawa, Kaira, Wakazaba, Wakazaba, Kal Nasi Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rashad, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Kaash, Sabaira, Yaira, Wakala Apa, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, Tharadama, Masa Irika, Wabasa, Wapaka, Tabahalam, Wala'a, Panyaham, Falawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Yabawa, IDI, Wa, so it's like Wa Yakaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Wa, it's like Wa Yadaiwa, Kaya, Abda, Shamka, Yahawa, Labarka, Al Yawan, Al Kal
Yaharataza. In English, keep out thou silence, Slaki. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
At the name of Yashala, maybe no more in remembrance.
Maybe no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarine.
And the Hagarine.
Gebal.
And
Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became his dung for the earth.
They became his dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
And like Zier.
And like Zier.
Yea. All the princes as Zabah.
All the princes as
Zabah. And as Zalmun.
And as Zalmun.
Who said.
Let
us take to ourselves the houses of Slaki. Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like the wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
So we got the one more prayer, sir. Salakia.
Oh, shit, one more.
Yeah.
This is the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayat Allah.
Wa Mayat Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazib Yah.
Matazib Yah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawakim.
Ha Alawakim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Kwatazanyam.
Ha Kwatazanyam.
Ha Kolayanyam.
Ha Kolayanyam.
Wa Ha Shlaki. Wa Ha Akwakiyah.
Wa Ha Akwakiyah.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
The water of mud.
The water of mud.
In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officer.
The trooper.
The trooper.
And the sister.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you. So big.
Thank you. So big.
So to the front. You shopping? Be seated.
Yeah, I'm shit, we text out my shit. She said, "Did you bring it back?"
Right. Tonight, 16:11.
Huh. No, you good. You good. You gave me one.
I still need this.
Oh, you should be done.
What? You said I got another one of those right there.
I like this.
All right.
You got the text.
Yeah.
So it'll be Genesis.
Genesis. So everybody got to start back.
Everybody starting here.
Any reason why? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I gotta do all of it. Well, I'll switch off. Please, I don't know about shirt. All right, Shalom Israel. Y'all about some outside, to the brothers. Y'all Shamar Latham about some outside to the sisters. Isupk, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your taxes and get ready for the what is it, the 5th annual Midwest Fire Weekend being held from April 1st to the 4th in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit, man. Shout out to Detroit. August. My fault. Yeah, April already happened. We already went through April. My fault. August. It's the other one that begins with an A. August 1st through the 4th, Detroit, Michigan, man.
Right.
Now, I actually became Milwaukee, coming to you live with Sabbath service.
That's right.
Something that's biblically based and cultural foundation is to keep not only the high holy days but the Sabbath services to observe and rehearse the holy acts. So we're going to be starting in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 7. And it's going to be a different format today. But this we're going to be starting. We're going to be reading in the Hebrew, and then we're going to read it back in English. And we'll just move from there bit by bit, verse by verse. So whenever you're ready, let them know you're at. Kick it off.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. Ra'ash Yithup.
Rashya.
Rashya. Bara.
Abraham. Wait. All Hayam. Allahayim. Hashemayam. Hashemayam. Wa'af. Harataza. Verse 2. Verse 2.
Same word that you just said.
Wa arataza. Waha arataza. Hayah. Hayatha. The wa. Tha awa. Tha hawa. Wab. Haya. Wabahawa. Wabahawa. Wahash. Wahash. Kashawar.
Slack, if I may, just for time's sake, since we got a gang of scriptures to go over, cool. If I read it in the Hebrew and then you take over in English,
yeah,
cool. All right, with you. Slack, so we're in verse 2. Wakashika, I Panyan, Tahuam, Rawaka, Alahain. Yep. Barakapa, I Panyan, Hamayam, verse 3. Wayamar, Alahain, Yahya, Awar, Slack, Awara. Yahya. Just like you said a little word before, a war. Yahya, a war. Verse 4. Yahra, Alahain, a war. Kaya, Tawa. Yabadal, Alahain, Bayan, a war. Babayan, Bakashika, verse 5. Yakwara, Alahain, La war. Yawan, Walakashika, Bara. La Yala, Yahya, Ara, Yahya, Kobar, it's like it, Bakwa, Yawan, Akat, verse 6. Yamar, Alahain, Yahya. Rakwai,
Koyai, Bathwaka, Hamayam, Yahya, it's like Mabariya, Bayan, Mayam, Lamayam, verse 7. Yaisha, Alahain, Ah. Harakoyai, Uyabadal, Bayan, Hamayam, Ashar, Mathakat, Larakoyai, Wabayan, Hamayam, Ashar, Ma'ai, Larakoyai, Larakoyai, Wayahaya, Kaya. It's like that's the first 7 in the Hebrew. I'll just do the Hebrew.
Okay, so we're gonna jump back. Okay.
So now we're going to be back in the English, what we just read in the Hebrew. So we're in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 7.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens. Salaki, God created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2. And the earth was without Salaki. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Now, a lot of people got an argument with the legitimacy of the Bible, historical accuracy, scientific validity, and all they have is theories to offer themselves. To be fair, none of us were around. We don't, fully know per se. These would be the only records that we could look to that would give an honest explanation of the origins of our life. I'm not concerned with necessarily how Mars was created or the other universes, the other galaxies, whatever else is out there. This is more so concerning our life here on Earth. If there's life on a moon in Jupiter's orbit, okay. If they got a different record book that they got to go by, that's for them. This is ours for the children of Israel here on Earth. So now you could look at, in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form. So like the concept of the Big Bang theory, again, it hasn't been proven, but it's the Big Bang theory. It's the best way that you can explain it, it's just very straightforward. This was made, this was made, this was made. These are the orders in which it was made. Not that big a deal. I know it's an intriguing subject. It's a fascinating concept. Outer space, what the Hubble Space Telescope can pick up. Not that big a deal though. We got records here that give us a clear, just straightforward outline on what was established in the beginning. Keep going.
Salaki, if I could. And what really is the Big Bang theory? Like bang, and then everything was just there.
So
like
everything was condensed into like an infinitely dense sphere or point in time and space, and then it just like woke up, or it got activated.
Something.
And then boom, something. That's all they can say. Something happened a long time ago, is the theory. And what they're proposing and trying to give a foundation of is the telescopes can look so far back into one direction specifically that seems to just keep on going and going and going to where they're finding the youngest, technically the youngest star systems and galaxies and planets and things like that. Whereas pushing outward,
we are we're not the oldest, but because if you look in the other direction, it keeps on going out, and those would be the older planets and star systems and galaxies and this, that, and the third. Good. Oh yeah.
If I could. So what you're saying is people are theorizing that these atoms that condensed to each other exploded and then became a sentient being.
Not even a sentient being. Celestial bodies were created from this, just for entertainment purposes. We'll say a golf ball sized, infinitely dense point of mass that was activated somehow, that woke up somehow, maybe gained consciousness, since people want to, believe in Mother Earth and things like that, and energy, this, that, and third. A rock ain't got consciousness. I hate to break it to you, but 1 second. So from that point, everything exploded, pushed out in apparently just one direction, which also kind of don't make sense for their theory. But that's based off their telescopes and all the studies and all their advanced technological discoveries seems to point in that direction. But even that, again, it's just a theory, and it's constantly being challenged. So there's no concise explanation, even in the field of science. There's no concise agreement or explanation for how all this began, except for something happened. Or we had always been here. Nothing happened, and this was just always here. All right, Club?
It counts like 2 points.
Good.
So even if they was to theorize that it all happened in one direction, then those two atoms that came together wouldn't cause an explosion, because if it is an explosion, it'd be everywhere.
It could have been a million atoms, though. But yeah, it should have been boom.
Right, everywhere, instead of just in one direction. It doesn't make sense.
Which gives way to another theory that the Big Bang was an extension of a different Big Bang. Of a different universe's Big Bang coming to a point that created our Big Bang. So on and so forth.
So if that's the case, then they would theorize that there's multiple Earths and different
infinite Big Bangs.
Right.
Infinite possibilities. Now I mean, let's not get to the Marvel universe.
Right.
And it's like, if I could, you know what I'm saying? We know that the devil, which is the white man,
that's right.
We know that he thinks that he know more than God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why Genesis 1 and 2. This is why it's breaking it down. There's no Big Bang. If it was a Big Bang, you would have said a Big Bang here in the scriptures. So if you could, come on, go ahead and read verse 2.
Verse 2?
Yeah.
Verse 2, and the earth was without form and void.
You're saying right here, the earth was without form and void. What's this talk? First of all, this is in outer. I'm gonna prove to you this is in outer space. All right. So the earth was without form and void, meaning that this was no life. You know what I'm saying? This is just, how can I say, almost like just a rock. You see what I'm saying? The earth. Imagine before the earth, before the Lord did what He did to the earth. Imagine what it was before He. It took 7,000 years to do what He did to it. It was just a rock. All right, keep going.
And darkness was upon the face of the deep.
It says darkness was upon the face of the deep. This is talking about in outer space. You know what I'm saying? What we call a space, we call it deep space. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
It says, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So the Spirit of God, you know what I'm saying? First of all, the face of the waters, which is this out here in deep space, moved upon the face of the waters. Further down the scripture, we're going to prove that there's different kinds of waters. You got the waters that we have here on the earth, like rivers, oceans, you know what I'm saying, lakes, you know, those are one particular type of waters. We got another type of water that comes from the sky, you know what I'm saying, from the clouds. That's called rain. And you got another type of waters that's in outer space. You understand? So this is talking about in outer space. The will of the Lord commanded, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be something happening because of the will of the Lord. The will of the Lord wants something to happen right here. And it said that the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters out here in outer space. Something's about to happen. So let's keep going. You had a question?
Well, technically you answered. I was just going to ask, so outer space is just another form of many waters.
Exactly. It's another form of water. Because when you go out, just like you go, let's say you dive inside of a river or ocean, you can't breathe in there, right?
Right.
Same thing, you go in outer space, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The higher you go, it's like when you get out there to deep space, that's it. Oxygen is cut. This is why they call it deep space. This is why the Bible just says that it's another form of water. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So even if we go in the ocean and the deeper we go, the more dense the pressure is on our body. So if we go out in space, we wouldn't be able to survive anyway because of how deep the space is itself. Right?
Exactly. The exact same. It's pressure out there in the outer space too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When astronauts go to so-called the moon and shit, they got to wear pressurized suits. You know what I'm saying? They did
start that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you know, white man's the devil, but we know that the waters here on Earth is almost similar to outer space.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? No, you can't live in outer space, and you can't live in the deep. Only certain creatures can live in the water, but we know we can't. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So does that mean that there's creatures out there in space too?
Who knows? I'm trying to be. Look, this man right here, Canadian, he's the theory conspiracist.
Right, go find him.
You know what I'm saying? But who knows? We ain't explored. Look, we are slaves here in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, who knows? It might come a time that of course, we know for a fact that, you know what I'm saying, once we take hold of this earth, we're going to go out there and start conquering the galaxy. Who knows what we're going to find out there? You know what I'm saying? What the scripture said, all we know is what this book tells us. This book tells us that we're going to be hearing things we never heard before. We're going to see things we never saw before. We already know that the planet Earth has not been 100% discovered. Right. We haven't discovered everything on this planet alone. You understand that they're still finding forests with people and tribes inside of these forests, right?
Yeah.
That has never been discovered. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, who knows what we're going to see when we get the kingdom? All I know is what this book tells us. Slocky, there, that was it. Go ahead, Mark.
No, that's and then who gives a shit? Slocky. Who cares? I care about the fentanyl that's in the streets. I care about brothers and sisters waking up in the emergency room, you know, off of Narcan because they OD'd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Off of weed that was laced with something.
Absolutely.
We got people sleeping in gutters and alleys, in the strip clubs, prostitution rings, human trafficking.
Absolutely. We got too much about We got too big of a job right now to be worrying about anything else. Our main goal is to get our brothers and sisters off of Satan's machinations, off of Satan's, you know what I'm saying, traps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to spring them out of the traps. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch Scooby-Doo one night when they get caught in the trap. You gotta get them out of the traps. You know what I'm saying?
E.T. ain't never sold crack in the hood. Like I don't care. I don't care. They're not bothering us. They're not dealing with us like that.
Right.
And what y'all consider extraterrestrials or UFOs, some of the other fancy acronyms that they got for, we would identify as angels if those were actual encounters.
Right.
So now the angels, the soldiers, the workers of the Most High, they are doing their business.
Right.
But they're not doing ain't no anal probes. They don't care about what's up your butt.
Right.
It's not like that.
E.T. finger.
And reptilians ain't a real thing either.
Right.
Like that's not the reality that we live in, even though there are many delusions and opinions, granted anybody's individual truths. we've got records of what we're going through, what's been done, what's happening, what's going to happen. Right. This is where our focus should be.
Exactly.
So now all this stuff is cool, and if you can explain it like molecules collide like this, atoms get formed like that, fine. You're still not explaining the origin. We have an explanation for the origin despite the meta details of it. So we should just be able to move on from there because y'all ain't doing nothing about it.
Right. And if you could, this is science right here. Read the next one real fast.
Verse 3. And God said, let there be light.
God said, let there be light. So imagine all the molecules and the atoms forming to do what the Most High said. He said, let there be light. What light is this? This is the light that's I have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and see from Cap. So I don't want to say something, but go ahead.
The core. It was the Earth's core.
That was the Earth's core.
Yeah, this first instance of light, this was that Earth's core being formed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it was saying how the Earth was without form.
Yeah.
Most High, that spirit is moving across the waters, the face of the waters.
Yeah.
It's what's being pressurized. It's what's being pushed together. Pushed together. So now you got all that friction and everything happening, being condensed, being under that pressure, and it gets ignited.
And that's science. The Bible is a book about science.
Yeah, y'all know what friction does.
Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all the pressure. You're pressurizing atoms and molecules to create a light source, heat. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
Keep going.
And there was light. Verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness.
Just a separation. Like, you can see a star in a vast body of just darkness around it. Not that big a deal. Keep going.
Verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Just this process of time and what happened, and the divide between just the identifying light and darkness, and then just the process of the concept of that day and that night that happened, just that dispensation of time that this took to make to get created. That's all that is. Keep going.
Verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the water. Let it divide the waters from the waters.
Now, so we've got a pressurized system encapsulating the matter that it took to create our Earth, our physical plane of reality that we walking and talking on. And it's like how Adam was saying earlier, like you got your rivers, lakes, oceans, things like that. You've got clouds, and you got your atmosphere and everything that's above us. There was a separation. Again, this pressurized system, there was a separation, keeping the one portion of it contained, and then the rest expanded and still contained into the firmament. So like flat earthers, and we're not going to get into that whole muddy thing, but like they got this dome concept, but no explanation for how that dome is connected to anything.
So like if I could, and also like we said in verse 2, when it said that and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water, this is the water, this is the proof right here. It says, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Yep. This is, like you said, this is like a capsule encapsulating the earth from the waters, from deep space. You see what I'm saying? This is what the firmament is. It's like a capsule. It's like a pressurized capsule that keeps everything enclosed and encapsulated in the earth to separate the things that's out there in the deep waters, which is outer space, and it keeps everything in outer space, and it keeps everything in the earth that's supposed to belong in the earth. And this is true. This is true because when an asteroid comes from outer space until it enters the ozone layer, what happens? It burns up.
Right.
It catches on fire. You know what I'm saying? They call it shooting stars. Call it shooting stars. What a shooting star actually is an asteroid that's being burnt up in the Earth's atmosphere and is breaking apart. You see what I'm saying? That ozone layer, how we call it, the Bible call it a firmament, but we call it the ozone layer. It's keeping everything out there in outer space, and it's keeping everything that the Earth's supposed to have inside the Earth. It's like
Verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
And also just to clear something up too, this whole time we've been reading and God and God and God and God and God and God and God. It appears as if it's like a singular noun.
Right.
If you read it in the Hebrew, it's Elohim.
Yeah.
So that gives you the definitionally it's a plurality of powers.
Yeah.
That are working, that are pushing this forth. Exactly. So the Most High gives the commandment, he gives the instruction, and then he has his workers putting their brick. A little bit of elbow grease going on here to create all these conditions here.
Exactly.
So so in verse 7, and God made the firmament. In Hebrew, you're going to hear Elohim and the gods
and the powers.
Yeah, the powers in this context, because Elohim, depending on how you're using it, could be different things.
Right.
It could, judges, authorities, messengers, just depending on the context of it. And in this case, we can see that the context is work being done. So the powers that are making this happen, that are putting everything together, is what we're reading about here.
Exactly. And it's like, if I could, what you just said was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're looking at the Bible through a Christian mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You think of God, you're thinking of one being, you're thinking the Almighty.
Yep.
The Almighty Father is not getting off his throne and doing the goddamn thing. He got, you know what I'm saying, soldiers up under him to do his bidding for him. You know what I'm saying? The whole process, the 7,000 years that it took to make the earth, the Most High ain't lift his finger. The Most High ain't get off his throne and start pressurizing like we see video games. No, that's the white man's imagination. That's childlike thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's, thinking like a Christian, believing in mythological beasts, and you know what I'm saying?
Or how Egypt would try to describe it with what is it? Ra carrying a chariot across the sky, holding the sun.
What's that Greek person that does that? He actually carries the chariot, the sun on the chariot.
Damn, who's
what's his name?
Not Apollo. I think that's the moon guy. Zeus, maybe.
Oh man.
Mercury, I think.
I'm about to get it right now.
I think it might be Mercury because he's got them winged feet, and he running hella fast. Carrying this big ass star that I guess is just right above your heads. But it's again, people got their explanations for it that suit their fantasy and their imagination, which can be a good bedtime story, very intriguing subject matter, but it also doesn't offer anything for
Helios.
Right.
That's the name, Helios, sun god.
From a cultural perspective, what's that do to establish a moral foundation for the people? That keeps them ensconced in worship of a function or an idea. Whereas this is just saying, this is how it went down. Let's move on. That's why it's not giving you like a whole thick ass book about this subject. This is what happened. It got created. Now we're here.
Once you wipe Christianity off the book, everything starts to make sense.
That fast.
That's it. Everything starts to make sense, and the childlike mind is gone.
So then get back into the Hebrew, reading from Genesis chapter 1, verses 8 through 14. Genesis chapter 1, verse 8. Well, Yakwara, Elohim, there's that word again, Elohim. Lord Kwai. Larak Kwai. Shamayam. Wayahaya. Ira. Wayahaya. Bakwa. Yawam. Shanya. Verse 9. Wayamar. Alahayim. Wayakwawa. Hamayam. Mathaka. Hashamayam. Makwawam. Achad. Wathara. Hayabasha. Wayahaya. It's like Wayahaya. Kaya. Verse 10. Wayakwara. Alahayim. Layabasha. Arataza. Walama Salaki. Walama Kuwa. Hamayam. Kwara. Yamayam. Waya Salaki. Wayara. Alahayim. Kaya. Tawa. Verse 11. Wayamar. Alahayim. Thadasha. Arataza. The Shah. Aisha. Mazariyai. Zarai. Aitaza. Good. Good. Aitaza. Harya.
Oh, we was on mute. Whole time.
Does that just happen randomly? Mm-hmm. Hey, Shalom. Hey, we in Sabbath service, man. What's up? What's up, though?
We off mute.
What's up? I don't think it does that randomly. Just not paying attention.
No sweat. Can you throw that in a text message or something? We're in the middle of Sabbath service. All right. Shalom. All right. Rakwayai. Hashamayam. Lahabarial. Bayan. Haywan. Wabiyan. Halayala. Wahaywa. Latha. Wala Mawaidim. Wala Yam Yam. Washanayam. That's the end of those next 7 verses. We're ending at 15. We're going to read it back into English. Genesis chapter 1, verses 8 through 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
Now he's just giving different identifying markers for it's like the angels are given different identifying markers. Called the firmament heaven. So now, like, what's been pushed away, what's been separated, those bodies of water, from the other waters that were described in the previous verses. And now another dispensation of time. So now first we got, the earth without form, the waters, the spirit of the Most High moving across the waters, the water being separated, the light being created, and the waters being separated. So now in that firmament, you got a heaven, which if you look up the actual definition of it, I don't know if we can do this right now. If we get the Zion, Baba Kashai. If you look at you got to look at the definitions of it, in the way it was presented to us. Because a lot of people got misconceptions of heaven, of hell, of holy, of again whatever their heart's desire ends up pushing. A lot of it's just your imagination and what you want to be true, what makes you comfortable to understand something. So if we look in the Zondervan Bible, and this is the Compact Bible Dictionary, heaven. So it's got a couple definitions here, and it gives scriptures to coincide with it. So one of the 2 great divisions of the universe, the earth and the heavens, and it references Genesis 1 and 14 and where we're going through right now. Or one of the 3, heaven, earth, and the waters under the earth. You can see that in Exodus. In the visible heavens are the stars and planets. We're about to read over some of this as well. In Genesis and Ezekiel, it gives different context. The term heaven of heavens, again, different context. It depends on how you're applying it. Heaven is not just one singular thing with one constant definition. It depends on the context that you're giving it. Keep going.
Verse 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together upon one place.
So now, again, he's kind of giving you even a direction here. So the heavens that are in the firmament that were separated from the other waters, and now he's talking about the waters that are under the firmament, under that heaven, that would encompass our earth, our atmosphere, our plane of our sphere, whatever the shape, this cube, this cone, this trapezoid, whatever this shape thing is that we're living on, whatever the hell that is, there's just a separation between these waters, the firmament up here in the heavens, and then what's under the heavens. Keep going.
And let the dry land appear, and it was so.
So now, even if you wanted to go back to a Pangea concept, there was a landmass that was pushed forth that had what's the word? I don't want to say grown, but appeared in the midst of this body of water. Now there's a dry landmass that appeared from it. So even if that was just one individual clump at first, which I don't think anybody would really argue with, even on a biblical stance, because of how the the different land masses on Earth are shaped, and how you can definitely see how that would have been connected at one point in time. So now, if we got this body of water, and now we got a dry land mass popping up into the surface. Keep going. Keep going.
Verse 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters was called he sees. And God saw that it was good.
All right, so now the dry land earth. So now in verse 2, you also see that word earth. So again, it just the context.
You can call like the ground earth, like soil or stuff, like rock. Right. That's considered earth. It's different names for the word earth. You know what I'm saying? Like just to wipe the Christian mindset off. Because earth, everybody call it this big giant rock that we on earth. You can call it earth, but you can also call it the soil and the rocks that you pick up in your hand. This is earth.
So it's the way we talk. It's whatever specifically you're referencing at that time. Mm-hmm. So now he's referencing this dry land, this earth that came up out of the waters, and the gathering together of the waters called he sees, and God saw that it was good. So now that word like seas, and I don't know if there's necessarily a word for ocean specifically in the Bible, but definitionally, there's really no difference in what we today call an ocean versus what biblically was called a sea.
Yeah, that's what it's called, the 7 seas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the old language. You know what I'm saying? Ocean is just like a new term that we just...
Not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Not that big. It's a body of water.
Yeah.
Even if you just constantly called it a body of water, we understand them as seas, as oceans, even as lakes. It's just a collective of water. And it was good. It was Tuwa. Keep going.
Verse 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind.
If I could, when it says herb yielding seed, it's not talking about, y'all getting high. You know what I'm saying? You got your weed smokers and your potheads out there, your drug addicts. That's gonna look at this verse and be like, you see, we can eat this. We can smoke this. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, mother. I see you pointing.
We're talking to you. We're talking to you. And at one point, that was talking to us.
Yeah.
We just understand the difference and the appropriate the approach to it.
Yeah.
It's a plant. It does have medicinal purposes. So does sage. So does thyme and parsley and basil. And none of you rolling a blunt of oregano. And if you do, shame on you.
Yeah.
So just stop.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like the plant weed, it has seeds. This is what it is. This is a herb yielding seed. You take those seeds and you plant it in the earth, it grows more weed. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, trust me, the Lord ain't make this herb for you to to smoke it, to get yourself high.
It's got uses just like every other plant does.
Exactly. And the usage is not to get smoked.
Nah.
People, we got some very mentally challenged individuals out there that would think that.
You remember the Anarchist Cookbook?
The Anarchist Cookbook. No, what's those?
All right, so this back in like the late 90s, early 2000s and shit. It was real big in I guess kind of pop culture, I guess. And so it was all these different like homemade, and maybe even I don't know if the term would apply to this necessarily, but homeopathic recipes for drugs, explosives, weapons, and things like that. That like a Columbine student type mentality would have created. So like I ain't gonna get into too much detail about the recipes and things like that, but just a lot of very seemingly normal products that you would find in the houses at the stores and shit to be used in a inappropriate manner.
Right.
And they call it the Anarchist Cookbook. Just because of the chaos that it can inspire.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, plants and stuff, like you said, it has different uses.
Yeah.
but use it for its right purpose. Don't abuse it. It's called abuse when you take a plant, you know what I'm saying, and use it for something else other than its original purpose.
Crack cocaine started off as a plant too.
Exactly. Yeah.
And look what they did with it.
Yeah, cocaine and everything. Yeah.
Not cool, by the way. Not cool. Keep going.
And God saw that it was good. Wait, Salaki.
Should be like the bottom half of 11. Who seeds in it is life. There's life. Who seed is in itself. Yielding fruit after its kind.
And the fruit tree yielded fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself.
So, like, what are some of the seeds that's within itself? We just named one. Marijuana plant.
I just cut open a green pepper.
Yep, green pepper, yep. Green beans.
Cucumber.
Yeah,
apples.
Cucumbers.
Apples.
That's what we talk about. No, we ain't get the fruit
plant.
Yeah, plant. Plant. But yeah, all we just need, all we just named, yeah.
All right, so not like even wheat, flipping dandelions.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, dandelions blow their seeds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's weird.
and they reproduce themselves,
right?
Which lets you know that concept of seed is very ingrained in the Bible.
Yeah.
Something that will reproduce of its own kind. You're never gonna get a dandelion that's gonna not make another dandelion. You'd have to go into a lab, genetically splice things together to even make something happen. And then even then, you're not going to grow that out in nature either like that.
Right. And like you just said, man, with scientists and stuff doing, genetically modifying plants and stuff, like now they're genetically modifying food to not have seeds in it.
Yeah. And then pulling a monopoly on gardening because, like, for the most part, you go to a store, you buy a packet of seeds, it's a GMO seed.
Yeah.
Like it's already been tampered with. Like, you got to find like heirloom seeds and things like that.
Like you gotta buy the fruit or plant that has the seeds. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta plant those seeds.
And bananas were like, you can see the tiny little black little specks in there. Yeah. But bananas were supposed to have like seeds in it.
Bananas has been genetically modified to come without the seeds. And I believe that they're black. Yeah, they're black fruits with seeds in it.
Yeah. And I know it's inconvenient having to spit out seeds or you have to chew them down, your teeth, all sensitive. Back in the day, we weren't. I don't believe that we were as softened as we are now.
Yeah,
like we used eating seeds is a natural thing.
Yeah, and also it has a lot to do with colorism too.
Yeah,
they don't want, what I'm saying. America is built with white supremacy.
Right.
They want to keep white supremacy afloat here in America. So they're gonna push all of your favorite food, good fruits and stuff like that to come white. Bananas. You peel the banana, it's white. You know what I'm saying? Flour is white. When flour is what color? Like the wheat and stuff like that.
Brown.
It's right. It's brown and stuff like that. And they genetically modifying these foods, bleaching these foods to be white. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if you was to see us being oppressed for 400 years to see a black banana.
Right.
You were like, what? You would think in your mind that these how bananas naturally grow, but because we've been oppressed in America for 400 years, we think that black banana is wrong.
Right.
They're like, something's wrong with this fruit. This fruit is bad. This is a bad fruit. Mm-hmm. And you look at the banana, like the white bananas that we get in the supermarkets, and we see a little brown, we see a little black and brown on them, and what we say? This fruit is going bad.
Right.
You just see how evil this place is, like.
And one other point that I hear a lot of people jump in on is verse 17. Let the earth bring forth grass and the herb yielding seeds. Now this is plant life being created, being sprouting up from the earth.
Right. And
people have that argument of because there was no sun at this point in creation, that plants need that interaction. We're talking about a very young earth and process of things growing. that does not require the sun for these plants and these herbs to start growing, to be sprouted out of the elements that are being pushed together and to promote life and to let that flourish. Again, theories aside, you don't how would I say it's not far-fetched to understand. Like, you got terrariums, you got people growing things in jars that are absent of sunlight, and life flourishes on it. It's young, it's hot, it's moist, it's pushing forth life. It's pushing forth life. It doesn't need that interaction at this point. It definitely helps, like later on. It helps for the promotion and growth of it, but that wasn't the requirement in these infant stages. Like, where are we? Keep going.
And the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon earth. And it was also so. Verse 12. The earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
So now 11 and 12 are just mirroring the same thing. The Most High, you gave the instruction, the angels put it to work. And this was what they had intended to happen in 11, and then in 12 is what actually took place. All right, keep going.
Verse 13. In the evening and the morning were the third day.
So now just another dispensation of time of science just booming and happening. So this was on mute again for a little bit. That just accidentally happens every once in a while. It just mutes itself.
It mutes itself, right?
Okay.
I still don't know why.
All right.
I had heard y'all talking about it.
Well, we'll see what was heard and what we need to go over again. I think we're pretty much well caught up though. Keep going. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, go ahead.
So for the
if it's about that, let's talk about it later.
Right.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Now we got different celestial bodies being created, the different stars that you see out there. Your red dwarfs, your blue giants, your this, that, and the thirds. Again, we got this concept of day and night relative to what we're kind of experiencing, sunrise, sunset, things like that. That's not necessarily true for, again, the context in the Bible, and especially what we're just talking about here. Just to differentiate that light from dark, that day from night, and that concept of the dispensation of time, the process that it's taking. So now we got stars out there that help give us patterns that we can follow for the different seasons. So when it's summer, you're going to see different constellations, different patterns of stars in the sky. When it starts turning into autumn and fall, you're going to see another set start to move in where we are. The stars that we see up in the sky ain't going to be the same as the stars that China sees or Australia sees. So their seasons are going to be different. Their timing is going to be different. We're not always going to have, we're not going to have the same harvest time as Japan and Russia. Some of them might be similar because, if you look at Siberia and Alaska and the West Coast, they might share some of those similarities. But as you move farther east, it's gonna change up. The sun ain't I don't know if anybody's ever sat there and watched the shadow move. You if you sit there for 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, you're literally gonna see that shadow change in shape. So now it's just giving us tools that we can use to navigate, to tell the different signs or times and seasons, and something that we can use for predictions. So at this date and time, up in the sky, we can look at these stars and we can know, all right now, the Earth is It's doing this. It's growing food. It's hot as hell. It's you can cycle your crops through this. You can harvest your crops. You can plant and harvest. In a couple months, you're gonna look up. There's gonna be different constellations, different set of stars. It's gonna let you know. All right, now it's starting to wind down. Now we got to change up. Can't have the livestock out there as much. Start storing up food for the winter. Things like that. Which just again, it's just a very straightforward, practical application of using the lights that are in the firmament around us for times, for seasons, for days and years. Not that big of a deal. So now actually that's the end of it in English. We're gonna jump back into the Hebrew. Genesis, go ahead.
It's like I got a quick question if I could.
Go for it.
So I know today, in today's age and time, we have 12 months in a year, right? Is it really supposed to be 12 months, or is there actually more?
So I believe back then it was timed less. So just the way that they had broke up the different days of the years, again going off of the lunar cycle, the star patterns, things like that. I think at one point they had marked it off at 10 months. Okay. Or no, I might be thinking of something different because I know with pregnancy they talk about like into the 10th month, but just the way that they had broke up the different months, I believe was different than how we have it counted today, but not that far off.
If I could say. Okay. I know we were accounting things from astrology, like looking at the stars, right, so you can see the time of the day, like you was just going over in the scriptures, right? But my thing is this: how do we go from what we had back then to what we have now?
White people.
Simple as you could ever get.
It's not exactly a brain buster. Yeah. They put their hands on something and everything gets a little goofy. But and now we're just talking about consideration of time and observation. At the end of the day, who cares? Like it's people have a problem with the Gregorian calendar. They got a problem with the Israelite calendar, the Muslim calendars, your paleo calendars. I don't even know if that's a real even calendar that they got out there. I'm just throwing some shit out there, but you've got a lot of discrepancies on how to observe time.
Correct. Yeah, if I could. Good. Like the reason why I asked is because my grandma, she doesn't even go by the time on the clock. She does it like the old, like real old slave days. She'd go outside, she'd look at the sun, right, and then she'd come in and be like, hey, it's time to go ahead and have lunch, right, or it's time for us to go out and do our chores and come back in. And then by the time the sun goes down, she'd be like, all right, time for dinner, time to go to bed. And we back up in the morning, and she's always looking at the sky. And nowadays,
I don't want to say in that time would have been more leisurely because of we were still in slavery. We were still we're still put to task and on somebody else's agenda. So even if we had the freedom of just going outside, looking up, all right, the sun's starting to come up, let's get our day started. It's still damn near all at the behest of our oppressors' system, because if you want to go to the market, you got to wait for them to get up and crack it. So now for them, it might be 9 o'clock. Okay. For us, it might be we see the sun. Right. But for them, they got an alarm clock set. 8 a.m. we get this started. 9 a.m. we open up the doors. Things like that. Right. So again, just different systems of observing time and applying it. Whereas something like what your grandma's going through, I think would have been more practical. Right. You wake up and you hear the birds chirping and starting to wake up, things like that. You see that sun cresting over the horizon. Mm-hmm. And that's a simple way. And then your internal clock can match that. Right. Like there was a good portion of time where I used to get up with the sun, like just automatically.
Same here.
But I also used to go to bed at a more responsible time as well. Start kicking it with these guys, and all of a sudden, no. But it's your observation and your application of it can be subjective.
Right.
But there is an objective concept of time and how to apply it. Just we're at the right now, just overall, we're at the force of somebody else's agenda and their clock.
It kind of, if I could, so I know.
Yeah, keep it going. This is two. This is the second one. I knew it was done.
But no, I was gonna say, different parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
They are in years way behind us.
What do you mean by years? Like just on like the Chinese calendar?
No, like their time scale is like years behind. Like if you was to look at their newspaper, it's like we 2024 and they still in 2012.
I've seen things like that too, and again, that's their observation and application of it, because in certain concepts under certain people's timetable, we're in the year of 1,284,786, something like that. Like it's just how they it's their concept, how they observe the time and dates, and how they apply it, just for them to keep track of shit. I mean, you can keep track of it however you want. You got military time. Yeah. That's just a different way to look at it. Yeah, it's a different way to look at it. Some people get it, some people don't. It doesn't change what's going on.
Right. You still have things that you have to do throughout the day, like going to a slave that you don't even want to go to.
It doesn't change the seasons. Right. It doesn't change the constellations.
Right.
It doesn't change the weather. It just changes how you function throughout your day in your society.
Okay. So I was talking to my little brother, and he told me his concept of time is more like counting down the time to his death, which is something that I understand a little bit, but I understand where he's coming from, because he's working 3 jobs to support his family. But he's like, the time that he sees every day is like he's counting down the time he has left.
There's this one dude who was he had a clip going around. I don't know if it went viral or nothing like that, but like his concept, how he just mapped out his weeks. It was like daily, he'll be up and working for 6 hours, and then he'll go to sleep for 6 hours. And I don't know like when he kind of starts his thing off, but so that's 12 hours of being awake and being asleep. For him, that's 1 day cycle.
Right.
And then he just repeats this pattern. Up for six working, being active for 6 hours, and then sleeping for 6 hours. And he, in his mind, in his concept, the way he was trying to break it down, he's gaining time throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year.
Right.
Who cares? Give me your money. That's what I want. Punch your clock however you want to punch your clock. I don't care. Because like even on the clocks, like a lot of those old school punch clocks, they don't do it by 60-minute hours. They do it by 100 increments in an hour, which completely chops up your paycheck in a whole different manner. I don't care. God don't care. The Hebrew don't care. Yeah, give me your money. That's what we can. No, I'm not going to say that's the only thing that we care about, but you should definitely be paying your tithes and contributions to Commander Jimmy Yohana. Go to isupk.com, hit that button, pay your tithes, make donations. $250 too for the fire weekend coming up, man. Make sure every brother, every eligible adult kicks that in, so that we got the funds that we need to pull off another flawless event. So getting back to this, was there another one? You got another one? All right, save it in the chamber. I got you. All right, so we are in Genesis chapter 1, verse 15. The next set. Wahayuwa. Lamawara. Barakoyai. Hashemayam. Laha'ai Salat. Laha'aya. Laha Salaki. Laha Ayar. Lahayar. I. Haratazar. Wayahaya. Khan. Verse 16. Wayaisha. Alahayim. Ah. Shanya. Amara. Hagadolium. Ah. Hamawar. Hagadol. The Mama Salat. Hayawam. Wa'at. Hamawar. Pakutar. The Mama Salat. Halayala. Wa'at. Hakawakabium. Verse 17. Wayathan. Amak. Alahayim. Barakwayai. Hashemayam. Lahayah. Al. Haratazah. Verse 18. Wala Mashal. Bayawam. Wabalayala. Wala Habario. Bayan. Power. Wabayan. The Chashika. Wayara. Alahayim. Kaya. Tuwa. Verse 19. Wayahaya. Iraq. Wayahaya. Bakwa. Yawam. Rabbiah. Verse 20. Wayamar. Alahayim. Washaratazah. Hamayam. Sharatazah. Napash. Haya. Wayawa. Ya'ayuwapa. Al. Haratazah. Al. Banya. Require I. Require I. Hashemayam. Verse 21. This should be the last one for this set. Yep. Verse 21. Wayabara. Alahayim. Ah. Hathanayanam. Hathanayam. No, it's like Hathanayanam. Pagadalium. Wa'at. Kal. Napash. Hachaya. Haram Shah. Asar. Saratazar. Hamayam. Lamayanaham. Wa'at. Kal. Iwat. Kana. Lamayanahaw. Yara'a. Alahayim. Kaya. Tuwa. So that's the end of those 7 verses. We're going to read it back in English. We're in Genesis chapter 1, verses 15 through 21.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And verse 16. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also.
Now, again, we're just talking about the creation of the lights that we use to represent our daytime, nighttime, seasons, months, years, things like that. People got arguments with the order of operations. Who cares? Not that big of a deal. Not that hard of a concept to wrap your head around. Things got made. They still work. Why try to recreate the wheel here? You got a sun and you got a moon that reflects the light of the sun. That gives us a different, a light by night. Gives us different operations, different functions, different applications. It's that simple. Keep going.
Verse 16. Verse 17. Salaki. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Verse 18. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Verse 19. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. Verse 20. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above earth.
Now we're just looking at life being born now. With the advent of that closer light to have an effect on the earth. So our body of earth was established first. Like you got some people saying that the earth came from the sun. Mars came from the earth. Like even if that concept was true, like again, who cares? But it's just giving us a black and white, very practical, straightforward approach how to look at the creation of life here on earth. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. I don't care about the Triassic period, the Jurassic period, Paleoplobity period. None of that really matters. It's an interesting subject to study. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you any closer to solving this grand mystery of where life came from. But even if you look in the dictionary, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, just looking at the word day, for example, day, a word having various meanings in the Bible, denoting time from sunrise to sunset, time in general, length of life, the time of opportunity. Not that big a deal. It's just different context and how you apply these different words that could have different meanings depending on where you're putting it. Keep going.
And fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
So now, if the evolutionary definition or the evolutionary explanation of life on earth, if everything started in the waters, this also denotes that life started in the water first. And then from there, if everything evolved from that. But now we also know that things were made separate from other items too. We could all share skeletal system familiarities, or like a whale. If you look at its fin, it's got digits. You're gonna see like the bone structure, like it's got digits, like it's got fingers. If you were to take the flesh and the meat and the all that off of my hand and do the same thing to a whale, you're gonna see something very similar. We don't have to be born, drastically different. Plants damn near have a similar thing too, but We don't have to be born drastically different from the next creature to illustrate that we are different from them. We did not evolve from a whale or from a fish, but they got bones, they got a spine, they got a nervous system, they've got organs. So do we. If you look at the zygote of damn near every, especially with mammals, if you look at like the birthing stages of mammals, like the zygotes, even from lizards and birds too, like that those first days of conception, when after the cells started dividing and then forming like an actual figure, we all look alike. We're all very similar in that nature. But then we grow into whatever our seed was. Just like how that plant has that seed that creates of itself, we do the same thing. We create of ourselves. A bird is only ever going to create a bird. I don't care what happened to that bird's evolutionary train. A penguin is gonna, that's what happened to penguins, to make them penguins. The Lord made penguins, and he made parrots, and he made dolphins, and he made whales and sharks. He made monkeys, and he made people. Get over it. Keep going.
Verse 21.
Give me your money.
And God created whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly.
That's all it is.
After their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
That's moving on. Not that big of a deal, man. So now we're going to go back into the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 1, verse 22. Verse 22 through 28. Barak, Atham, Alahayim, Lamar, Harawak, Parah, Rawabak, it's like Rawabawak, Wamalaawa, Hamayam, Bayamayam, Wahaiwa, Yorah, Harakazah, verse 23, Wayahaya, Iraq, Wayahaya, Bakwa, Yawam, Hamayashia, Slaki, Kamayashia, verse 24, Wayamar, Alahayim, Bawatazah, Haratazah, Napash, Kaya, Lamayana, Bahma, Waramash, Rakayatwa, Slaki, Rakayatwa, Aratazah, Lamayana, Wayahaya, Khan, verse 25. Wayaisha, Alahayim, Kaya, it's like a Kaya, Haratazah, Lamaya, Salah, Lamayana, Wa'a, Abahama, Lamayana, Wa'a, Ka, Ramash, Hadama, Lamayana, Lamayanawa, Wayura, Alahayim, Kaya, Tawa, verse 26, Wayamar, Alahayim, Naisha, Adam. Batazar Ranawa. Karama Wathanwa. Mayoradwa. Badagath. Hayam. Well, by what? Well, yeah. Well, by what? Hashemayim. Well, Baba Hama. Wabakal. Haratazah. Wabakal. Haramash. Haramash. I. Haratazah. Verse 27. Wayah Bara'ah. Alahayim. Ah. Padam. Batazal Mawar. Batazalam. It's like it. Batalazam. It's like it. Batazalam. Alahayim. Bara'ah. Athawa. Zakar. Wanakwaba. Bara'ah. Atham. Verse 28. Wayah Barakah. Atham. Alahayim. Wayah Amar. Laham. Alahayim. Harawah. Warabuwa.
Yeah.
Warabuwa. Wamala'awa. Ah. Haratazah. Wakabashah. Waradawa. Badagat. Hayam. Waba'aiwa. Hashemayim. Wabakal. Kaya. Haramashah. Haratazah. That's those next 7. We're going to read it back in English. Genesis chapter 1, verses 22 through 28.
Awesome. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 22. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply.
He's telling the animals that this was the instruction, just the design of the animal. Be fruitful and multiply. Keep going.
And fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. Verse 23. In the evening and the morning were the 5th day.
It's another dispensation of time where things are just doing what they were designed and commanded to do. Just how they were made. Not that big of a deal. Keep going.
Verse 24. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind.
After his kind. So again, this would be our argument against evolution. We were made separate from other organisms that were made. Birds were made separate than fish. Microorganisms were made separate from mammals. Just life was created. I don't want to say different tiers of life, but different living creatures were just created how they were created. It don't take a million, billion, trillion years for a jellyfish to turn into an ostrich. It's not, what I'm saying? I know that's not the evolutionary path of it, but it's not that big of a deal. You ain't got to look for no missing link. Things were just created to suit the conditions of that would support their life. Fish don't live on land. Birds don't live in the sea. Again, maybe except penguins. But again, that penguin was given those capabilities of being almost amphibious. I don't know if you can apply that to penguins, but a creature that lives on the land and in the sea. Normally, you would apply that to something in the reptilian family, but Yeah, like turtles, newts, I think, salamanders, even crocodiles, I think, to a point. But and frogs, things like that. So I don't see why that couldn't apply to a penguin. But maybe it's just something more specific to maybe a cold-blooded animal or something like that. But again, it's just we were created. All the living creatures were just created after its kind. So the way that mankind was created, which we're going to be getting into in a little bit here, was different than the creation of the plants, which is different than the creation of reptiles and birds and this, that, and the third in between. Keep going.
Cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth after his kind.
Yeah, you didn't go from a beetle to a cow. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we don't make those type of jumps. That single cell organism that everything's supposed to be sprouted from, it doesn't appear to be the case biblically. Even if it was, or whether it was or if it wasn't, whatever the explanation is, this is our viewpoint of this is the biblical view of it. That things are just made after their kind, separately from everything else. Keep going.
And it was so. Verse 25. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
So, I mean, me personally, this is just a personal thing. I'm not trying to use this as a teaching point necessarily, but like how we got from a wiener dog from a wolf. They talk about selective breeding. I don't believe that the wolf was the only canine created at that time. Took on different forms, different parts of the land that may have affected its genetic expressions. Fine, whatever. But again, we were created after our kinds. Just how cats and dogs ain't the same. Nobody talks about how you get how Kala's ma got their cat from a tiger. Like, you're not going to give me that evolutionary chain to how we got from a tiger to a kitty cat. Selective breeding, like I don't buy into that. You gonna say something?
Yeah, like how they say a T-Rex evolved into a chicken.
No, all right. Now on that note, like in Jurassic Park 2, they also know that like they know that how what we hear in the movies, how a T-Rex sounds, they don't know if that's how it actually sounded in real life. Because now if a chicken came from a T-Rex, and this is just a theory, guys. Just walk with me for a second. If a chicken came from a T-Rex, right? And if they had those similar traits and they go back, the way that a chicken sounds, don't you think maybe a T-Rex would have sounded more like that? Like bark, bark. Maybe. Who knows? Because T-Rexes could have had feathers back then too. They don't know that. They're just going off of a fossil records, because you got some fossils where you got the skeleton of it and you can see the imprint of feathers around the skeletal remains. And then around, some of the other ones, you don't find evidence like that. But if they're related, shit.
And they said that, the fire and brimstone took them out, so it could have just melted the feathers right away, turned right into ash. They don't really know.
Who knows? But yeah, maybe that big ass chicken had a little bit more bass in his voice when it was waking your ass up at 5:30 in the morning. Who knows? Who cares? Give me your money. Keep going.
Verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
Read that part back.
And God said, let us make man in our image.
Now, what verse is that?
Verse 26.
All right, verse 26. Well, Yamar Alahayim. Alahayim is the word that's used there. So now, in our image, this is the part where Christians always mess it up. To mean Like God does have a physical form. Angels have a physical form. In this instance, in this context, if you were to take the get me do we got a Webster's over there? No, so Kala, if you could on your phone, if you could give me the definition, preferably from the Webster's dictionary, of the word image. It's not just talking about, or really even at all, your physical appearance. Because if we were to take on the physical appearance of angels, if you read some of the different physical descriptions of angels in this book, like we would be looking wild. We've been looking pretty crazy. Yeah, eyes all over the place. I got a lion head over here, blah, blah, blah. You know, for the misconception that people have on how angels would actually look too. But if you could give me the definition, preferably in a Webster's dictionary, on the word image, because I want to show y'all something about just again the concepts that Christianity pushes about their understanding. Now mark that clear, that's their understanding of the Bible. The Bible has nothing to do with Christianity or Islam or Catholicism or Scientology or atheists, agnostics, whatever, flat earth, like just pick one. It ain't got nothing to do with that except for the record of our existence on earth, the birth of, well, not just the birth of, but the and what's the word I'm looking for? The the birth of our nation as a people of Israel, our interactions with the other nations, because you're not going to learn all about the Chinese background, which would be from the nation of Moab. You're not going to learn all about them in the Bible, but you're going to see about their origin, and you're going to see some of our interactions with them and how they are. Like even modern history has records of Moab, which some people sit there argue, well, just because you got historical landmarks or names of peoples and tribes in the Bible and correlated in history records from other people's records too, that doesn't mean that the Bible's true. The Bible is true, goddammit, if you could.
Count out of one kind. So the definition for image in
let them know where you're getting that from too, so that they can look it up themselves. These ain't our words. We ain't making this up on our own volition.
This is the Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
So the Merriam and Oxford are two good sources to go to when you want to look at definitions to break down like the etymology, the root words of some of terms that may be unfamiliar to you. The Webster's dictionary, the Oxford dictionary is pretty good too. The Zondervan, the Zondervan, whether it's the compact or the pictorial Bible dictionaries, are also really good for definitions, defining terms. Keep going.
That's like you said, if I may. So I actually have the other dictionary.
We actually have it.
I have the etymology
in real life.
No, I'm getting that one. I'm trying to get that one shipped here.
Oh, I bet. All right. So you had it back home. You getting it shipped here?
Yeah.
All right.
That's if she give my books.
If.
Yeah. So it says image, which is a noun. Okay. The first one it gives is a visual representation of something, such as a likeness of an object produced on a photographic material, a picture produced on an electronic display.
So now, if you try to apply that definition to this, and God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the earth and of the sea." That wouldn't cognitively fit into just the definition of making them after the physical appearance of it. In order for us to take dominion over the earth and the sea. So let's see what other definitions we might be able to match to this context of that word image.
So
and likeness.
They have two: a mental picture or impression of something. A mental conception held in common by members of a group and symbolic of a basic attitude and orientation.
So were we made in the basic attitude or orientation? Or just the mental concept? That fits a little bit more to what we're talking about here because of the function of that image. Keep going.
3, a popular conception as of a person, institution, or nation, projected especially through the mass media. 4 is exact.
So were we made after the trending topic of what people think an angel looks like or what an angel does? You said 4 is what?
Exact likeness.
Exact likeness.
That's all it says. Exact like.
That's simple.
That's simple. 5 is a tangible or visible representation. I think that sounds a lot more like the description of made after his own image, right?
But this is again, we're talking about like the function of that image too.
Right. So it is a tangible or visible representation. So wouldn't we look and do the same thing as?
But again, we're talking about these are the angels,
right?
That are talking about let's make man in our image. So now, unless these angels look like us,
right,
that are doing all this work, it's got to mean something else. Because now, otherwise, we look just like them angels. So now we'd have to see what these angels look like in this particular form and fashion. What they're doing, if they had wings, if they had, if they were eyes all 1,000 eyes all over the place. If they had the face of a beast and a lion, of a bird, and of a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like that physical descriptive doesn't really fit the function of what's going on here to explain how we physically look.
So there's a few more if you want me to keep going, sir.
How many? We're at 5?
Yes. There's
5 out of what? 12?
5 out of 9.
Really?
And so
let's get through them real quick.
So 6 says a vivid or graphic representation or description. 7 says a reproduction or imitation of the form of a person or thing. And then 8 says figure of speech. 9 says a set of values given by a mathematical function, such as homomorphism, slide, that corresponds to a particular subset of the domain.
Read number 2 again.
A mental picture or impression of something. That's A of 2. And so,
so
you got a mental conception held in common by members of a group and symbolic of a basic attitude or orientation.
That's more so what we're getting at here with that word image.
Okay.
Because we're fitting, they're taking dominion over space and time here in their functions and application of setting up the earth, the stars, the firmaments, things like that. So now we're to take dominion over the earth. Being shaped like this, we could have been shaped like, anything. The goal, the order, or the function of us was to take dominion over the earth and of the sea and of the air and all that. So that second definition being linked to that concept, having the behavior that would match getting and receiving orders and the execution of it. That's that being made in their image and in their likeness. What we are physically capable of doing, in the respect of our biological functions, to reproduce, to eat food, to absorb sunlight, to be able to swim, to grow crops, to make tools. like you'd almost have to. You'd have to say that the angels then are like that in order for us to be like this physically, just physically. But again, you'd have to define the angels in these contexts too, how they looked, how they moved, what their function and form was. So now being made in their image, because again it's saying our image. These angels are saying in our image, and Yahweh was at this creation point as well. After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Our capability to do that. The same way that they had the capability of sculpting the landscape, dividing the firmaments, creating the heavens, and the different lights and their functions. That's how we were created. They got instructions to go do this. We were created in that image and in that likeness to be able to accomplish that, to receive instructions and to execute. Where we have verse 27 then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Verse 27. So God created man in his own image.
And again, if you look at that word in Hebrew, so 27, we go to 27 in the Hebrew. Well, Yahbara'ah Allahayim. Again, that same word, Allahayim. Letting you know that there's more than one being here that's a part of this creation process. Keep going.
In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Now, it only gave two gender identities there, I believe, right? It was just male and it was just female. I didn't see nothing in between and nothing thereafter. You are not born. Listen, even if you were born a hermaphrodite, you're gonna have a dominant set of reproductive organs that would ultimately define you. You can have anomalies out there too. I've seen or heard about studies. I haven't personally seen it myself, but different claims that people make to try to justify alternative lifestyles and behaviors. They'll say you can have people with like XXY chromosomes. That's not everybody. I never met a person that was born that way. I never met a person that was born born a hermaphrodite. That's how rare it is. It's not a very popular thing. It doesn't happen all the time. And things like that, it's good.
I'm gonna ask, to be honest, what is a hermaphrodite?
So that could be somebody that's born with
both sexes,
but it's appendages, you could say, or lack thereof.
Oh my.
Yeah. So now you could have one set up top and then a different set below.
Okay.
So now, and when people want to make the argument of in the embryonic stages, there is no sex. There is no male or female at that point. Fine. Who cares? If there's a genetic mutation that affects your gender, what would be the right way to put this? That affects your sex at those stages, whatever that mutation is, you're still going to be dominantly one or the other. So even if you have male reproductive organs and breasts, or overdeveloped mammary glands, you're still a dude. You're still male. You would fall into that classification of male. Or if you have underdeveloped mammaries, but you have uterus and ovaries and fallopian tubes, or a fallopian tube. Well, yeah, because from the sides, yeah. So, however that biology works, if it's plural or not or singular, it don't matter. If you have underdeveloped mammary glands and traditional female reproductive organs. You're going to be a female by that definition. I don't care how you look in the eye. I don't care if you got a beard. Dog, if you got a uterus and ovaries, you a chick. Lord be with you for that beard, though.
It's lucky.
Yeah.
That what we're talking about actually reminds me of a woman by the name of Lafayette.
Who?
Lafayette.
Okay.
She was born with the rod and a quiver.
And a what?
Quiver.
A quiver?
You know, both parts.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. So she had
I'm trying
a
to
uterus.
be PG for the dang on.
They don't know what a quiver is, though. They don't know our terms for it.
Right. They don't know that, but
had an arrow in the quiver.
Right.
They don't know that.
We keep getting blocked on Facebook. We can't even go live on Facebook now.
I'm just using
but yeah,
biologically accurate terms.
Kind of okay. So she was born with male genitalia and female genitalia.
But now, what were the do you know what the reproductive organs would have been? Were the ovaries or testes?
Ovaries. But
so that would fall into the
woman.
female. Yeah, that would fall into the female category.
But what threw me off was the male appendage.
Right. Which, again, listen, and that's an anomaly. That is a genetic mutation that is not a common occurrence. So to make a whole nother classification as if that's a dominant or now, if you got 7 billion people on Earth, I think we're pushing 8 billion right now. It's 8 billion people on Earth, and 1% of that has that genetic mutation. What is that? Golly, the math on this is going to kill me. What is that? Like 1%. Well, 10% of 8 billion would be. Why is it so true? Like 8 million? No. 800 million? Yeah, 800 million times 10. That would give us 8 billion. So 800 million. Use a calculator real quick. This is stupid. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, actually, we have 8.1 billion people in the world.
Well, good for them.
So I don't know how accurate that is because most of the people up in the ghettos and the barrios, we don't take the census.
Right.
We just
so a roundabout number. I doubt that's going to change the overall landscape of global population. So even if we just say 8 billion people. All right, so 80 million. 80 million would be 1% of 8 billion. There are not 80 million hermaphrodites on Earth. So we're talking less than 1% of the human population. It's not a common occurrence. Life might be tough on them for their physical expression. Not the end of the world. They're going to be okay. Society makes the grander deal of it. Just like their reaction towards, I don't want the politically correct term for midgets, little people. Because like different groups find different terms insulting. So one group might accept midgets. So another group might accept little people. Either way, we're not trying to be insensitive to their identity or how they would be addressed.
It's like, I mean, the medical term would be
dwarfism.
Dwarfism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or in cases, because there's certain types of dwarfism. You got midgets, dwarfism, and then there's another.
Now, I knew this chick, full grown person, all proportionately proportionately, the outward expression look just like us, just 4'10", 4'11".
My little sister.
Yeah, it'd be the entire little person.
My ex-wife.
But they don't have any outwardly, deformations or anything like that. But then you have some people where their limbs may be a little bit different. Their skeletal shape may be a little bit different.
So if I could, like the people that's like 4'10" and below, like 4'9" and all that other stuff, they suffer from dwarf. I mean, not suffer, but they were born with dwarfism. And then if you go a little bit shorter than 3 foot, that's when it gets into like midget territory.
There's different terms
But
for different classes.
if you call them a midget,
that may be an offensive term for them specifically.
But it's a medical, it's an educated medical term to be called, because that's what was the name that was proposed for them.
So now getting back to this, now most people are 5'6", 5'7", or something like that across the earth, and just kind of the average. You got tall, you got short, no big deal. Over here though, you got male and you got female. It just breaks down to one of those.
Right.
You're gonna be in one of those classes. That's it. But yeah, keep going.
Verse 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them.
Again, now in verse 28, what are we seeing here? Waya Barak, which is the blessed, a thumb to them, Alahayim. So again, it's the Alahayim that are taking this these actions. The Alahayim are taking these actions. Keep going.
Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
We are supposed to be the apex predator on earth. Now, if you want to eat meat, and I think we're going to get into this in a little bit here, but if you want to be a carnivore, you can be a carnivore. You want to be herbivore, you can be herbivore. You want to be omnivorous, you can be omnivorous. There's no laws governing for or against it. We are physically created with the capacity to eat and digest meat and flesh of animals and creepy crawlers and plants. Not that big of a deal. You had something?
And kind of, sir. I do want to say, excuse my what would be the right way to say this? But they have updated the terms for the dwarfisms.
We can skip that. That's, yeah, we'll be okay. They you know who you are. You're a tiny person. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Still dap you up at the Passover.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have a homie that has to get a step stool to get
people being cruel to one another for different physical appearances. That's garbage.
Of course.
Yeah, that's not how we were supposed to act. Everybody wants all this love and consideration and tolerance. We do too. Just right now, we're combating something that's a bit more of a serious issue than your pronouns and your biological defining terms and identity, whatever the hell it is. So we're going to keep on going. We are in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29 through 31, which continues into chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. So in the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. Well, y'all mar, Alahayim. There's that word again. Hana, Bathathia, Lakam, Af, Kal, Aisha, Zorai, Ashar, Ar, Panya, Kal, Ha'arataza, Wa'af, Kal, Ha'aitaza, Ashar, Bawa, Parya, Aitaza, Zarai, Lakam, Yahaya, La'akala, verse 30. Walakal, Khayat, Ha'arataza, Walakal, Iwak, Hashamayam, Walakal, Rawamash, I, Arataza, Ashar, Bawa, Napash, Khaya, Ath, Call, Yarakwa, Aisha, La'akala, Wayahaya, Khan, verse 31, Wayara'a, Alahain, Ath, Call, Ashar, Aisha, Rahana, it's like Wahana, Tawa, Ahmad, Slakia, Ma'ad, Wayahaya, Ira, Wayahaya, Bakwa, Yawam, Hashat, Slakia, Hashashia, chapter 2, verse 1, Wayalak, Slakia, Wayakalawa, Hashamayam, Waharataza, Wakal, Tazbaam, verse 2, Wayakal, Alahain, Bayawam, Hashabyaya, Malakathwa, Ashar, Aisha, Wayashabat, Bayawam, Hashabyaya, Makal, Malakathwa, Ashar, Aisha, verse 3, Wayabarak, Alahain, Ath, Yawam, Hashabyaya, Wayakodash, Athwa, Kaya, Bawa, Shabbat, Makal, Malakatwa, Ashar, Bara'ah, Alahain, Laishwat, verse 4, Allah, Tawaladwa, Hashamayam, Waharataza, Bahabaram. Now that's the end of those 4 in Hebrew. We're going to go back into the English. So Genesis chapter 1, verses 29 through 31, and chapter 2, verses 1 through 4.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 29. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
Just means it's edible. It just means it's edible. Now, nobody's running to the store trying to pick up poison ivy doesn't necessarily produce fruit. But like there's a lot of plants out there that people ain't eating. But now from this, it's kind of very particular. Every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for me. That is not saying that you can only eat plants, that you have to be an herbivore. That's not what that means. Keep going.
Verse 30, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Verse 31, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day.
It's another dispensation of time. So mankind was created on the sixth day. The same way that the different animals on earth and living things under the sea and the fowls of the air were created in an abundance. Because nobody's going to read the verses up above and say, all right, there was only one whale. Where was it? Verse water, verse 20. All right, yes. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So you got there, which would connotate plural, but then every winged fowl after his kind. That almost looks like it would just be singular, because it doesn't say after their kind for the fowl, but nobody's going to assume that there was just the eagle or just the canary that was created, and then everything, all the birds developed and evolved from that. So I mean, you got to use some logic here. In the creation process, life was created in abundance. Life was created in multiples. Say this, the same is for the fish of the sea, for the creeping things, for the cattle after their kind, for all the land animals, the air animals, the sea animals. Same thing goes for us. We were created as a people in abundance to take dominion and subdue the earth. You're not going to do that with just two people, and nobody's going to consent to incest, even though people make the argument, well, in the beginning it was okay. It was never okay. We definitely can tell negative genetic mutations as a result of incest. You're doubling and tripling, and you're doubling down on recessive genes and traits when you're doing things like that result in a family in the Appalachian Mountains. Can't remember their name, but holy crap, are they special. So to try to come to the conclusion that it was just Adam and Eve ain't even brought up here yet. We're about to get into that story with them. But it would logically follow that mankind was created with our two sexes, our two God-given gender identities in abundance, after our own kinds. You got differences between people for reasons. The same way you got differences between different animals for reasons of their kind. You got different cattle. You got different types of horses and other, I get equine or bovine. I think equine creatures. You got donkeys and you got mules, and I know some of them was an admixture of was like a horse and a donkey or something like that came up with a mule somewhere around that way. But they were created, whales, for example. They were created in different kind of whales. It wasn't just one species of whale that broke off to create different kinds of whales. You didn't go from a humpback whale to a blue whale to a killer whale to a whale shark to a goldfish. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't mention any other fish in here. It said great whales, every other living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kinds. And skipping down to 28 and 29. 28. Be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea. Verse 27. God created man in his own image. Now, man, you can definitely use that as a plural term as well. Again, mankind. Male and female. He created he them. Not just a male and female, but mankind in abundance, separate from all the other creations. God damn, keep going.
Chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. Verse 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Verse 3, and God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. Verse 4, there are the generations, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, which they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens.
That's just our origin story. Most High sent his angels out to create stuff. We were part of it. I'm trying to look this up real quick. So I mean, yeah, if you just look up the word man, again, you got to look at the context of it. You got to look at the context of it, because the application of our creation too is a hint into the concept that we could not have been created just one man, one woman. And once we start going into Adam and Eve, and this is going to be the other kind of half to that equation of using logic to explain how there had to have been more than one person in the beginning. So now we're going to go back into the Hebrew, verses 5 through 11. Yeah, verses 5 through 11. Get this going. We're almost there, people. Almost there. All right, so Genesis chapter 2, verse 5. Wakal, Shiak, Hashirah, Turam, Yahaya, Ba'aratazah, Wakal, Aishab, Hashirah, Torah, Taram, Yatazamak, Kaya, La'a, Hamatiyah, Yahweh. Now, this is the first time we see Yahweh. And then, so Yahweh Elohim. So now in English, we're going to help break this down too. But now this is the first time you see the Most High name being called and addressed here. Ayo, Haratazah, Wadam, Ayan, Laibad, Ha'adama, verse 6. Wa'ad, Ya'ila, Man, it's like a Manah, Ha'aratazah, Wahashukwa, Ka, Hanya, Ha'adama, verse 7. Wa'yayatazah, Yahweh, Elohim, Ha'adam, Ipa, Manah, Ha'adama, Wayapak, Ba'ab Paywa, Nashama, Kayayam, Wayahaya, Ha'adam, Lanapash, Kaya, verse 8. Wayatai, Yahweh, Elohim, Gana, it's like Gan, Baidan, Makwadam, Wayasham, Sham, Ha'adam, Ashar, Aitazar, verse 9. Wayatazamak, Yahweh, Elohim, Manah, Ha'adam, Ka, Aitazar. It's like a Ka, Aitazar. Nakamat, Lamura'a, Watawa, Lamako, Waitaza, Hakayayam, Mathwaka, Hagan, Waitaza, Hadai, Tawa, Warai. Verse 10. Wanahar. It's like the Wanahar. Aitaza. Maidan. Lahashikwa. Hagan. Wamasham. Hamasham. Yaparad. Wayahaya. La Rabbiha. Rashiam. Verse 11. Sham. Ha'achai. Hayashawan. Hawa. Hasabab. Kal. Arataza. Akawa Yala. Akawa Yala. Ashar. Sham. Hazahab. You know that, brother. Hazahab. Slacky. So that's those 7 in Hebrew. We are going back into the English. We are in Genesis chapter 2, verses 5 through 11.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God hath not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground.
So now we're seeing the first instance of the Most High being mentioned in verse 4. It said the Lord God, the Most High of the powers, the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 6. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground.
Now, before we had like the rainy seasons and things like that, the earth was very wet, very damp. Still, I don't want to say still terraforming, but yeah, in a sense, it still would have been terraforming, given these circumstances. But we haven't got to the point of the necessity or the process of the water and moisture evaporating to form clouds to then condense and then fall down this ring. We haven't got to that point yet. Keep going.
Verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
So now again, at this point, it's not even addressing you want to focus again, looking at the word man. You have to understand the context that it's being used. Could be plural, that could be singular. But if in verse 6, or no, not verse, in chapter 1, it was already talking about how that man was created. In verse now in verse 7, that's not the process of the creation. We were not formed from dirt, from soil, from the dust of the earth. Plants weren't even formed from that. We grew, plants grew from that, but mankind was not created from the dust of the earth as physical beings. So now we have to look at what this is talking about. And he was given the breath of life. This is talking about the law, statutes, and commandments. We can see precepts about this later on too. Actually, where's the Give me that last binder to the right. Keep going.
Verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Verse 9. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, and the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
All right, so now if you were to go to Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 3 through 9, if Khalaf, if you could pull that up real quick. And Kanani, if you could grab Baruch verses 4 and 1, or chapter 4, verse 1.
You said Ezekiel?
Yep, Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 3 through 9. Just read through that real quick.
Okay.
And then Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. You got it?
Okay.
Got it?
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 4. And he said unto me, prophecy upon these bones. Is that prophecy or prophecy?
Prophesy. But I think it does say prophecy though. But again, we're talking about old English, old Quaker English, vernacular here. Okay. So they just root form one.
Well, we can do it like that. Verse 4. And again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones.
Now, if you're talking to bones, we're not resurrecting zombies. We're not reanimating corpses here. And it just said bones. So I guess the bones ain't got no flesh, ain't got no sinew, no blood, no organs, nothing. Keep going.
And say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
That they're bones. Bones are being instructed to hear the word of the Lord. If you're a pile of bones, how is that possible? Keep going.
5.
It ain't possible. Okay.
Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
That's breath of life. Mm-hmm. Breath that enters into you, and you live as a result of it. That's the breath of life. That's the same breath of life that was given to this first man that he was dealing with, that he was forming, that he was sculpting, that he was fashioning after his preference. The first individual that he was dealing with, man to man. Keep going. And not man to man like in the physical sense, but personally, interpersonal, situation going on. Keep going.
6. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you.
Now he's building them up from bones. Now you got the breath of life. He didn't even have lungs here yet. If we're going in the order of operation, he didn't have lungs here yet. He got the breath of life before he got the sinew and flesh. Keep going.
And cover you with skin, and put breath in you.
Bro didn't even have skin. Now he got breath in him though. Go ahead.
And ye shall live.
You shall live because of that breath, that breath of life. Go ahead.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
And you're going to be very aware that we have a power greater than us out there. That's giving orders, that's making moves, having an effect on us. That's it.
I think
we can drop that there. Give me Baruch.
Yeah.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
The book of the commandments of God. This is in Baruch. This is in the Apocrypha.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That the Catholics deemed uncanonized because it hits them a little too close to home, describes them too well, too accurate, and gives away more information about their demise. So if Esau, the so-called white man, wrote this book, they wrote about their own destruction. Keep going.
And the law that endureth forever, all that keep it shall come to life.
All that keepeth the law in this book of commandments, if you keep it, you shall come to life. Keep going.
But such as leave it shall die.
Leave you shall die. This is that river that flows through the Bible that explains what that breath of life is talking about. It's in a how would you say it's posed poetically in adjectives that delivers a practical understanding of the effects that it'll have on you. So breath of life. If you can't breathe, you ain't gonna live. And these laws, statutes, commandments provide us with that life, with the ability to not just live righteously, but how would I say it, to I don't know, have a soul about you. It gives us a moral compass to follow, a foundation to stand upon that we can move forward with, versus everybody's free will philosophy and hedonism. Just do whatever makes you feel good, as long as you're not hurting anybody else and you're happy. That's for the most part, that's all they're focused with. The Most High don't give a shit if you're happy or not. If you're not following this law, statutes, commandments, everybody should not eat rat. Everybody should not smoke crystal meth. Everybody should not unalive somebody. Everybody should not have an addiction. Everybody should not eat unclean foods. Everybody should not celebrate Christmas. But the Most High singled out this brother to set the example, to be a walking, talking, practicing example that the other nations can witness and follow. So where are we here?
9.
All right, you got it.
Verse 9. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
So now this is where we end up learning about different cultures, about different ways of life. We have the tree of life, which is our culture. Now you got this tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's obviously different from the tree of life. Good.
If I could,
you got it.
So right here in this instance, wouldn't this also be the beginning of the breakdown for the apple, as the Christian church call it, that Eve took a bite of?
And there was a time when I was like, the Bible don't say nothing about an apple. I got cut on that. The Bible don't say nothing about this tree of knowledge being a fruit of being an apple. I got schooled on that too real quick. It does use those words again adjectively to draw a relatable concept. A tree the tree being synonymous with another people. Their branches being synonymous with their culture.
Right.
Their fruit, the leaves, their fruit being synonymous with what their culture produces.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's culture, their way of life, their preferences, and what's acceptable amongst them could have been running around butt naked. Could have been bestiality. Could have been eating, certain animals that they had in their specific location. That's the fruit that we got from these other nations. Methamphetamines is the fruit of the CIA. And we all know who started the CIA, Edomites. We all know who the Edomites are, so-called white people. Opium is not exclusive to the Middle East or to South America or in Asia.
Right.
But their society, their fruits became heroin based off of their use of those plants. There's a dividing line between the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, that's why they're two separate trees. So we have our culture, and then we got everybody else's culture that we're about to get entangled with. Keep going.
Verse 11. Verse 10. And the river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads.
So now this is just the development of the borders where our Garden of Eden was established. Okay.
Verse 11. The name of the first is Pison. That is it which compasseth that whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. Verse 12. The gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the oxen stone. Onyx stone.
So again, people want to talk about science in the Bible. This just identified three different minerals: gold, bdellium, and onyx. Usable, mineable, moldable, shapeable, functional elements. And that's all they're supposed to be treated as. Nibiru's atmosphere is not messed up to where the Anunnaki got to come to Earth to enslave us as a people, to mine gold for them to recharge their atmosphere. That's not how this worked. The Anunnaki aren't a real thing. At best, you could say that their explanation of the Most High's angels would be the Anunnaki. Other nations being witness to these angels' work, or hearing the stories of these angels working, is most likely where they get their explanation for the Anunnaki from. Not just the biblical records, but even just human oral traditions saying that, listen, these creatures came here and they made this, and this, and they helped fashion human beings and all these animals. Because nobody talks about the Anunnaki creating goats and praying mantises and the condor and things like that. It's only us. The biblical explanation is much more straightforward and encompasses all of life's creations. And here we just have three different elements or three different minerals being identified that are that can serve a purpose, that can have a function. Not to be worshipped, just observe, put the use for whatever you can get out of it. Keep going.
I think that's it.
We got 13 and 14.
And
no, my fault. You're right. It ended at 11. My fault. All right, so now we're just going to read the next set. So Genesis chapter 2, verses 12 through 18 in the Hebrew. Here we go. Wayamar, Hadam, Ha-Sha, Ashar, Nathatha, Amagid, Hawa, Nathana, Leah, Man, Haitazak. It's like Mana, Haitazak. Wakal, verse 13. Wayamar, Yahweh, Alahayim, La Shah, Maha, Za'at, Aishiyat, Wathamar, Hasha, Hanakash. Hashiya Anaya. Wa Akal, verse 14. Wa Ya'amar, Yahweh Alahayim. Al Hanakash. Kaya. Aishia. Za'at. Arawa. Atha. Makal. Habama. Wamakal. Kaya. Hashira. Ayo. Gachanat. Talaka. Wa'ipar. Ta'akal. Kal. Yamiya. Chayayaka. Verse 15. Verse 18. Verse 15. Wa'yaba. Ashia. Bayanaka. Wabayan. Pasha. Wabayan. Zaraka. Zaraika. Wabayan. Zarai. Zarai. Hawa. Yashawapaka. Rash. Watha. Wathasha Wapanwa. It's like it. Yeah, Thasha Wapanwa. Aqua, verse 16. Al. Hasha. Amar. Haraba. Haraba. Aitazabo Wanaka. Maharawak. It's like it. Maharanika. Baitazar. Haladia. Baniam. Wa'al. Ayashika. Dasha Wakwathaka. Wahawa. Yamashal. Baka. Verse 17. It sounds like that T-Rex again. Baka. It sounds like it would make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. Wala Adam. Amar. Kaya. Shamaita. Lakwawal. Ashataka. Wathakal. Mana. Aitaza. Ashar. Tazawaya Thayaka. Lamar. La'a. Call. Mamanawa. Awarawa. Hadama. Ba'aibawaraka. Baitaz Slack. Baitazabawan. The Akalana Slack. The Akalana. Call. Yamiya. Kayaya. Slack. Kayayaka. Verse 18. Wakwawataza. Wadaradar. The Tazamayak. Laka. Laakala. Aisha. Hashira. That's the end of those 7. We're going to go back into the English. We are in Genesis chapter 2, verses 12 through 18. And then we'll let y'all go.
Oh, I think I read it. This is the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 12. And the gold of the land is good. There is bdellium and onyx stone. Verse 13. The name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth through the whole land of Ethiopia.
So now where we got Ethiopia today. So now this is before the land of Ethiopia was established, before Hamites were even, born. This is before the flood, before Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And Ethiopians come from Cush. Cush came from Ham. Ham came from Noah. Noah came from essentially Adam. Adam was like the great grandfather or something like that of Noah. They weren't too far removed. But it's using the term Ethiopia as just a modern day relative relative marker that we can relate to today, that we can understand where we understand where Ethiopia is today. It wasn't like, there was a different land of Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know where these rivers had stemmed through to help, again, define the area of the Garden of Eden where we were initially, where mankind was initially, but where we're coming from. Keep going.
Verse 14. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. Verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Verse 16. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat. Verse 17. But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him.
All right. So now we're just going over the instructions again that were given to Adam, who was given ownership and the husbandry of maintaining this land. Learning about the earth and the way it moves, the way it grows things, the creatures in it, how to take care of it, how to use it for its natural resources, how to manipulate it to his will. There's if he wants the certain plants to be here, he gets the understanding of how he can take those seeds, plant them somewhere else, how to irrigate water to it, how to not overuse the certain plot of land for one certain plant over so long of a period of time that it just kills the land and subsequently kills the plant. He's just learning about his environment here. I'm not saying that those instances that I brought up is what he was being trained up in or instructed to do, but he was instructed to take care of the land. So it's an interaction that he's not like, anytime if you get a new plot of land, you're going to go survey the land. You're going to go explore the land. You're going to see what it has on it, what kind of fruits it has on it, what kind of weeds it has on it. If it's got any like poison ivy or something, maybe harmful to you. If it's got, medicinal plants for you. What kind of animals are living around you? What's in the water around you? What are your borders? He's surveying the land. He's doing just that. And the Lord gave him the commandment. Listen, all of, how to say it? Because there's trees that you can mess with, and then there's trees that you can't mess with. So now to understand that concept, he can learn from, well, we'll just take what is it? What's that thing that mosquitoes repel? Citronella. Take that plant for example. He can learn from that plant and how to apply it. But these other trees, these other plants, this other thing over here, I don't want you to learn from. I don't want you to take knowledge from that. And this is where we start getting into the other cultures. And we're going to see how these other cultures are described as, cedars, tall trees, broad branches, things like that. And we're going to see how this knowledge of good and evil is us gaining experience and experiencing a way of life outside of what the Most High had given us and recommended to us to build our culture up with. So that's the end of 18. And, all right, and then it mentions how he was about to make him a helpmate. And this is going to go into the broader topic of Adam and Eve. And we're going to show, similar to how we showed that breath of life, we're going to show how Eve was not made from dude's rib. The Most High did not perform surgery on him, put him under anesthetics, cut him open, remove a rib, sew him back up, and then fashion a woman out of that rib. There was no gene splicing. Who was the Nation of Islam? There wasn't no big head scientist, Yaqub, who created people in the lab. That's not how this works. But we're going to show the familial ties between Adam and Eve. So with that, anything y'all want to add?
Nah.
2 points.
I'm gonna make it 4 this time. What I want to bring out is pay your tithes.
Pay your tithes. Give me your money.
And get ready for the Midwest Fire Weekend.
August 1st through the 4th.
That's right. Put your money in.
Give me your money.
It'll be greatly appreciated
if
you do it before you get there. Yeah. Give him all your money. All of it.
Do it.
Look up. This man, he needs a couple of ribs. Y'all sisters, come on in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am. There's an application process.
But nah, yeah.
Background check. How many abortions have you had? Again, I don't know your character. We ain't doing that.
Yeah. But again, this is another successful Sabbath service.
I believe it was educational, informative, long.
It was a bit
lengthy one. About a little over an hour over our usual 2-hour class.
Right. Yeah.
Which is fine. We got a lot in there.
Yeah, we got a lot in there. Trust and believe. And then I just had to make it worse by asking more questions.
Which is what the classes are for.
Exactly.
If you were to join us online, like Slack, shout out to Priest and Officer Madabar, 5,000 Madabar from New Orleans. Shout out to his rib, his jewel, Nazam. It's like a Nazam Anah, you know what I'm saying, for joining us. If you ever had any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to jump in on our social media platforms and engage in the chats. I think we're gonna try to open. Damn, I stand the hell out of this. Trying to open this up to different platform mediums to reach a broader audience, so that other people can engage in it more live on the spot. That might make it easier than typing in on the keyboard or something like that. But we'll check up on that later on. But yeah, in the meantime, man, isupk.com. Join us tomorrow. We'll see what's going on with the top podcast, Ton of Pressure podcast. We got Captain Bar Ahmad, you know what I'm saying? We got 5,000 ZQ. We got Priest and Officer on the 1s and 2s, Kala. We got Priest and Officer Kananya. We got Priest and Officer Ayar, AG, Rapa Ya'ala. Getting busy. We got interviews coming up. Definitely is a good season to get out there and engage with the people. Follow us on all social media platforms. UPK Milwaukee, or what is our actual handle on Instagram and Facebook?
It is Isupk Milwaukee.
Isupk Milwaukee, straightforward. Cash App, Isupk Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? It's you want to kick into any of the priest funds here, you're more than welcome and encouraged to.
That's
right. You won't turn down. But
so did you do the same when we started, or because I was over there?
Well, since you're on that side, we'll just do it how we started to. So you read the Hebrew, I'll read the English.
Okay.
And then I'll get the horn off for this part. See, coming out for the closing. About to get into the prayers. All right,
it's still going on.
Just wrapping up. We had a lot to go through. Yeah. All right, come. With that, visual Amagi, his name. I'll hit the Shabbat.
You get the Shabbat this time.
I'll do it. I think since we had so many kind of switch ups here. I'm the best. You understand?
According to our nieces and nephews, we are all the best.
I'm the best. They're nerds. I'm the best. Shout out to them kids though. We'll find Yakudam, turn to face the east.
All right. It's a lot. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shomka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now.
Kabawath now.
Kasalak now.
Kabawath
you know. Wala'a. Tabiyana. Manasawan. Abal. Awshano. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Mahala. Wahata para. Allah will love you. Aman.
In English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is the Hakat, which is the power in Hebrew. Yahaba Shimi Al-Shah. Babakashah. Nathanlanau. Hakat. La Rapa'ah. Call Makalah. Call Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamata Zariah. Hakat. Lahaku. Matthew. Hakat. Al-Rakat. Hatama'ala. Lagarshan. Bashimi Al-Shah. Tawada Aman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so big.
This is the blessed Israel in Hebrew. Yahaba Shimi Al-Shah. Barak Lanau. Wayasharala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Sapari. Barak. Bashim Yahushua. The water Aman.
In English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Yahshua.
Bless us and Yahshua.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashta'a. Ayanya. Al-Hahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Isari. Ma'ai. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Barataza. Ayatha. Lamawat. Regoka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yaishan. Shalomah. Yashra. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazok. Aliyah. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashemash. La'a. Yakaka. Wayara. It's like Wayara. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makara. Yashamar. Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'at. Wabawaka. Ma'ai. Wa'ai.
Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Yahshua.
He that keepeth Yahshua.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. This is the Psalms. Book of Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Aldam Yalaka. Al Thakarash. Wa Al Tashakwa. All. Kayahana. Awabika. Yahama Yawan. Wama. Shana. Yaka. Sha'awa. Ra'ash. Al-Imaka. Ya'irayam. Sawa. There you go. Waya Tazawa. We good. Keep going. Al Tazapawanyika. Amaru. Lakawa. Winakakidam. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yasharala. Aiwa. Kaya. Nawa Atazawa. La. Yakadwa. Alika. Barya. Yakarathwa. Aholia. Adawam. Waya Shema Aliyam. Mawa Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'amala. Palasha. Amishabi. Tazawo. Gamashawo. Nalawa. Iman. Ayawa. Zarawa. Labanya. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kamadi. Kasaya Sara'a. Kayabi. Manakal. Koyashwan. Nashamaru.
By yonder hour.
By yonder hour.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
The man.
It's like it. The man.
La dama.
La dama.
Shaitama.
Shaitama.
Nadaya Mawa.
Nadaya Mawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazaba.
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 Wakatazormana.
Wakatazormana.
Karnasai Kamu.
Karnasai Kamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Naira Shah.
Naira Shah.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ah. Naawa.
Naawa.
Alahayim.
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 Shaitam.
Shaitam.
Kagogla.
Kagogla.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rawaka.
Lapanya Rawaka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Daba Ira Ya Ira.
Daba Ira Ya Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hariyam.
Hariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Darabdatma.
Darabdatma.
Basa Irika.
Basa Irika.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Wabasa Wapaka.
Tabalaham.
Tabalaham.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Wayabakwashu.
Wayabakwashu.
Shanka.
Shanka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashu.
Yabashu.
Wayabahoru.
Wayabahoru.
Ariai.
Ariai.
Wayatapara.
Wayatapara.
Wayabarwa.
Wayabarwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labarka.
Labarka.
Ow.
Ow.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ow.
Ow.
Call.
Call.
Haratazah.
Haratazah. In English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Oh, it's like it. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
And hold not, it's like, and hold not thy peace.
And hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yahshua may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Yahshua may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
the tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gebal.
Gebal.
And Ammon.
And
Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
And like Zehed.
Like Zehed.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes as Zabah.
All the princes as Zabah.
And as Almun.
And as Almun.
Who said.
Let
us take to ourselves the houses of Salaki. Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like the wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. This is the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah.
Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah.
Wa ma yaka'ala.
Wa ma yaka'ala.
Wa alahayim.
Wa alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawat Yahan.
Alawat Yahan.
Ha'alawapim.
Ha'alawapim.
Hasaranyim.
Hasaranyim.
Akwatazayanyim.
Akwatazayanyim.
Akayoyonim.
Akayoyonim.
Wa akwati.
Wa akwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
Yahushua,
and Michael,
Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohanan,
commanding General Yohanan,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so big.
Thank you, so be it.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
To shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the
Force
school.
their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy
Send
sanctuary.
evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
And punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And the drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
The prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
Gay
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the
And
internet.
the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
Cable access channel.
Cable access
And the
channel.
radio
And
channel.
radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of our people
of any of our
that
people.
seek to stop us. That concludes Sabbath service. Shalom, Israel.